Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Piston Productions. On this episode, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I feel like I say that a lot, but we're gonna be working on my car hauler. So my stepdad and I went splits on this car hauler years and years ago. It's done really, really well, but it's in some dire need of help. So there's lots of stuff I want to get done on this episode. The main things are, I got to redo a lot of the wiring. I am not known for my wiring abilities, as you can see. So I went out and purchased some proper trailer wiring instead of just kind of jimmy rigging shit together. So that way I'm running its own section of wiring to each side. I've got these small little marker lights. Hopefully I can get some bigger versions of those. I've also got these really shitty taillights, and I bought some much better versions of those. So that is my plan for today. Here's the kit I got. Power Fist brand. So for all my Canadian viewers, is obviously from Princess Auto. For my American viewers, Harbor Freight. If you're from somewhere else, I don't know. But these are what I'm gonna throw on. I'm not sure, I might throw these somewhere else. Another set of markers, maybe they can go up here as well. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But the main thing is rewiring this, putting bigger taillights on. A couple other things that I'm going to hopefully do while I'm here is I picked up these spotlights, and what I'd really like to do with these is throw them right up on top of my fenders. Now these swivel and they turn and shit like that, so that way when I'm working, I want to be able to put a switch on them as well, so that way I can turn them any way that I want, and while I'm working on the car, I've got a big ass spotlight. Yeah, needless to say, I got a ton of shit to do. Hopefully some buddies come over. I'm expecting a couple people to swing by, but that is the plan. So hopefully that's not too long, but I also want to repaint the whole thing, because obviously this black and yellow shit's fading. So I want to get in there with the wire wheel, grind out any spots that's flaking off. And then next year maybe I will replace the deck, but that is not in the cards for this year. Just some paint, some love, some lights, you know, just get her running just a little bit better. So this intro has already been way too long, so let me just get into it, I guess. Okay, so here are the lights that I've got. They're super cheap lights, super non-complicated. I kind of went for that for a reason. I didn't want to get anything too nuts, only because I suck at wiring. I didn't want to break anything, but what I'm thinking for this one, so this one is for the, I guess it'd be the driver's side. It has a clear bottom on it, and that's what goes over your, I gotta get a new license plate. Goes over the license plate so you can illuminate it. So what I'm thinking is trying to get the marker, the side marker, as flush with the side of the fender as I can. Only reason for that is that way I don't want it sticking out. Now if I catch something, it's going to snap off, and I don't want it too far in, just because I want the marker to still be kind of visible while I'm driving. So from what it looks like, these are pretty simple. Just kind of screw in your holes. Come on, screw in the holes, nut it from the back, and then they're pretty much mounted. The wiring side of things, from what it looks like, my red is my turn signal, and my black are my, red is my turn signal and turn signal and brake light. One black is my constant tail light, like I guess my, like just tail lights in general. And then, I don't know what the other one's, I guess side marker is probably what it is. So, yeah, that's the plan. We'll get this beach drilled in there and go from there and see how this works out. So yeah, I would say I'm pretty happy with that location. I would have liked it, well, it's sitting pretty much flat down there. I don't know how much, well, it's gonna illuminate. Yeah, it'll be able to illuminate down there. It sits fairly flush there, so I'll still be able to catch the light coming off it to show my side marker on my back, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that location. Okay, moving on to the next piece of the puzzle. These lights here. So I actually thought I bought floodlights, but it turns out they're spotlights. So the nice thing is that they're cheap enough I can always just buy a different set. But what my plan is, I was originally going to run these right in the middle of the fender, so I had like all this room to move around. But now I'm thinking that it might be better to put them at the back. And there's two reasons for that. One, wiring, I got to run a wire up to it. If I have it here, then that wire's got to travel that whole distance to get to there. Second thing, if it's back here, usually when I'm working on vehicles, well, the other thing, sorry, that I wanted to use this for was reverse lights, and hopefully, I just looked them up, they're only 5 amps each, so hopefully that's not too much to override the system, but I guess we'll find out. But I want to put them here, so when I'm reversing, I've got reverse lights, because right now I don't, and a lot of times I'm going to the track, I can't see shit. But the other plan for them was, when they're up here, I can then turn them and use them to light up work areas or when we're setting up or anything like that. So that's my other plan. So I bought some switches to go with them, and I want to add a switch to it so that way they can be reverse lights, or I can flick a switch and then they're now spotlights that run off my truck's battery. So that's what I'm thinking. So I think I'm going to throw them back on this edge here, kind of flush with that, flush down at that little ridge there where it goes up. And then, yeah, so I'm just gonna measure it out, drill a hole, mount them, and then once I know where everything is and where I want it, then I can start running my cable and figure out how it's all gonna go. I don't know if I showed you guys, I feel like I did already, but that's the cables that they picked up. Come on, focus. The camera's supposed to have a better macro. Just takes forever. All right, well, whatever. So that's what that is. Holy shit, I'm already through a battery. Jeez. Okay, so one of the ideas that I had, and this is just to kind of hopefully make things better down the long run. Normally whenever I've done wiring, it's kind of like just get it done and connect everything up and call it a day. So what I want to do on this one is put connectors on all of the wires. And my reasoning behind that is that, let's say that this whole unit ever shits the bed, I don't really want to be like under the trailer having to do all this shit. I'd rather have it all on connectors, and then that way I'm kind of just like done. You know what I mean, if that makes sense? Like, if I have to take this light out or I have to reposition it or anything like that, all I have to do is just unplug the different connectors. It'd be nice to have like a 3-piece connector that could go on, but I don't think I have any like male and female 3-piece connectors kicking around. So this way, if I just put plugs on each end, later on down the road, if I ever want to swap it out, I just have to put new plugs on. I don't have to cut each wire and solder everything underneath. I can just put crimp-on plugs on, heat shrink over it, and just what I'll probably do then is put another thing of tape over top of the plug connector just to keep moisture out. So all that with some dielectric grease, and I should be good. So that's my plan, at least, is to just put plugs on any and all connectors that I'm using.
Now you see the wicked side of me. I've had enough, but it pulls me in. Now you see the wicked side of me. Side of me.
All right, so I'm back at her. Basically what I've been doing is building this loom. I guess you could call it a loom. What I want to do with everything is make it so that way I'm running one set of cables the whole way front to back, not have any issues. So I'm just kind of going along and like laying out, okay, I need stuff here, I need stuff here, I need, you know, brakes here, another light here, another light here, and then up to there. So thankfully this is everything laid out is going to be symmetrical, so I don't have to worry about like remaking and doing a custom one. Once I've built one, I should just be able to copy it over for the next one. So it's just been a lot of like back and forth, and yeah, tons of fun.
Some kind of rage is taking a hold of me, and I cannot be saved. Some kind
looms are done. Now it is a matter of putting them in. I've got one loom in already, or loom or wiring harness, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'll show you here quick what it looks like. So you can see the wire there. I'm gonna secure this better, but I just wanted to check for length and stuff. So it's all good. All of my leads come out far enough. So now it's just a matter of doing the exact same thing, but on the other side. So as you can see, we've got tail lights here. Harness comes out there. My lead for that one is up top. And yeah, I might have to drill another hole though now that I think about it, because that needs to sit in there, so figure that out. But now it's just a matter of doing the exact same thing on the other side.
So follow the hole, so addicted now to the world within. Now you see the wicked side of me. I've had enough, but it pulls me in. Now you see the wicked.
Okay, so pretty much all the wiring is done. I've now taken out all of the lights. Taken out all the lights just to get everything kind of cleaned up and ready to go. Now I'm gonna get the wire wheel going and probably spend the next hour or so just wire wheeling anywhere that the paint's starting to chip off, anywhere that's gonna need attention. So that's gonna be a fun time lapse.
Side of me, side of me, the wicked side of me. The wicked side of me. In the end, it's all the same. We're all alone anyways. In the end, it's all the same. We're all alone anyways. Do you follow the hollow when you feel like you're all alone? You're so disconnected. So follow the hollow. I'm so addicted now to the world within. Now you see.
All right guys, so we have now cleaned off the trailer. It's all washed. Most of it's drying, just the deck part. Honestly, I don't really give a shit too much about the deck part. I am going to be spraying with this old spray gun. If you're into paint, I highly recommend you don't watch this, because I'm shooting 100% Tremclad with no thinner, just in this pressure pot. For anybody who's wondering about this, I will show you what it looks like. Surprisingly, scarily good. Scary, scary how good that is. Would I recommend this for a show finish? No, but for a beat-ass old fucking trailer, not too bad. Is this your first time using a spray gun?
Yeah.
This is about the most forgiving paint you could ever use. There you go.
Side of me, I've had enough, but it pulls me in. Now you see the wicked side of me.
So everything's going really well with the spray gun. I'm gonna finish up, and next time you see this trailer, it's gonna be painted and sexy and all that fun stuff, but I got a lot more spraying to do. Okay guys, it is the next day. The paint is all dried. I spent this morning just putting all the lights on. You've already kind of seen that. I did do a quick test on it, but I'll show you all the lights afterwards anyways. But this is what everything turned out like. So the paint is turned out really, really good. It's still a little soft. Not that it's tacky or anything, it's just you can kind of feel it's malleable a little bit. Yeah, side markers look excellent. The wiring came up good. You know, lengthwise, I've got plenty of length left. And yeah, I'm super happy with the way everything painted. I'm happy with my marker lights and everything else. There's a couple things that I know I'm gonna have to change going forward. Like this lead is not nearly long enough because I'd like to be able to swivel this like a lot more. Well, I guess it's not that bad, but either way, if I got to swivel the other way, I guess I could go all the way around. Anyways, I want to make sure those are a bit longer. I've just kind of thrown some screws into that, what I could find. I want to find a better way to do that. But other than that, like everything turned out really, really good. You know, this light pivots. The one thing I did notice, and it's not an issue with the trailer, it's actually an issue with the truck that I'm using to test it. It seems to be a problem getting power for the reverse lights. I haven't wired in that switch like I talked about. There's a couple reasons for that. One, I want to make sure I have an appropriate gauge wire, which I don't have right now. Two, I'm kind of running out of time. It's Sunday and I got a lot of stuff to do today, so I just kind of wanted to button it up. So I capped off the leads in here that would run to like my main power on off. The other thing too is this entire time I've been calling this a 7-pin wire. It's not, it's actually only 6-pin. So I need to run a wire from where those connect out to the lead, or out to the plug, and then I can wire in that auxiliary power switch, and then I'll be able to use my spotlights whenever I want. I don't have to use them in reverse. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, there's a big concrete truck, by the way. Yeah, so everything turned out really, really good. I think that's about it. Maybe I'll end credit this video with the lights kind of lighting up and the truck driving away. I don't know, something fancy, but thanks again for watching, guys. Let me know if you like these kind of auxiliary projects, not car, well, kind of car related, but not, you know, specifically car. We really appreciate all the support. We're getting a lot of feedback. We're on a really heavy upload schedule. It's been interesting, but it's been fun. So Mondays and Fridays are videos, and Wednesdays are the podcast. If you haven't checked out the podcast, I highly recommend it. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for watching. I appreciate all the feedback. If you could like, subscribe, throw a comment, let us know what you think of this episode, and we will talk to you soon.